I still remember the day my daughter met him. She was 23, bright-eyed, stubborn in the way only a hopeful young woman can be. She came home smiling in a way I hadn't seen since childhood, talking about a man who made her feel safe and understood. As her father, I listened carefully, not because I distrusted her, but because I trusted my instincts. Something about him felt rehearsed. He was charming when we met, too charming. Compliments flowed easily. He spoke about respect, family values, and how lucky he felt to have met my daughter. My wife adored him immediately. I didn't object to the marriage, but a quiet voice inside me whispered caution. I ignored it. That was my first mistake. The marriage that looked perfect. From the outside, their life was picture perfect. Social media posts showed weekend trips, restaurant dinners, smiling selfies. He worked in digital marketing, always filming, always posting. My daughter, once private, slowly became part of his online image. Just content, he said when I asked why everything had to be recorded. After the wedding, my daughter visited less often. When she did, she seemed tired, quieter. She laughed, but it felt delayed, as if she were waiting for permission. Once I noticed a bruise on her wrist. She laughed it off. I bumped into the door. I wanted to believe her. The first cry for help. The call came at 2:14 a.m. I will never forget that time. Her voice was shaking. She didn't cry, she whispered. Abba, can you talk? In the background, I heard his voice, angry, loud, then silence. She hung up. I drove to their apartment immediately, but when I arrived, everything looked normal. Lights on. Door opened politely by my son-in-law, smiling like a man welcoming guests. She's sleeping, he said calmly. You worry too much. I left feeling helpless and ashamed. Control disguised as love. Over the next year, the signs became impossible to ignore. He controlled her phone, her clothes, her friends. She doesn't need to work, he said proudly. She prefers staying home, he insisted. She's emotional, sometimes I have to be firm. My daughter stopped making eye contact when he spoke. Once when I hugged her goodbye, she squeezed my hand twice, a signal we'd used when she was a child and scared. That night, I begged her to come home. She said he'll change. The video. What finally exposed him wasn't courage. It was arrogance. My son-in-law loved filming everything, arguments, apologies, reactions. He believed content was power. That night they argued over something small, dinner, I later learned. He accused her of disrespect. She talked back. The camera was already recording. In the video you can hear her say, "Please stop." You can hear the slap. You can see her fall out of frame. You can hear him breathing, calm, almost bored. Then his voice. Say sorry. He didn't know the video was auto-backed up to a shared cloud folder, one my daughter had access to. He didn't know she'd finally had enough. When the truth came home, my daughter arrived at our house the next morning with a small bag and empty eyes. She handed me her phone without a word. I watched the video once. I couldn't watch it again. My wife collapsed into a chair, screaming. I wanted to kill him. Instead, I called the police. The nation watches. We thought the video would remain evidence in court. We were wrong. Someone leaked it. Within hours, it was everywhere: news channels, social media, talk shows. His face blurred, her name protected. But everyone knew. Brands dropped him, friends vanished. His followers turned against him overnight. Hashtags trended, protesters gathered outside the courthouse. For the first time, he couldn't edit the narrative. The trial. In court, he cried. He said it was a misunderstanding. He said the video was taken out of context. He said stress made him lose control. The judge watched the video in silence. Then she spoke. Violence does not need context. He was sentenced to prison. Not long enough, in my opinion, but long enough for the world to know what he truly was. Healing is not linear. My daughter still wakes up screaming some nights. She jumps at loud voices. She apologizes when she shouldn't. But she is alive, she is free. She has started studying again. She laughs real laughter this time. She cut her hair short just because she wanted to. The camera no longer follows her. My regret. As a father, I carry guilt. For the signs I ignored. For the moments I stayed silent. For trusting appearances over instincts. If you are reading this and something feels wrong, listen to that feeling. Abuse doesn't always shout. Sometimes it smiles. Why I'm telling this story. Not for sympathy. Not for revenge. But because somewhere right now, another daughter is whispering into a phone at 2:14 a.m., hoping someone will hear her. I want her to know. You are not alone. You are not weak. And the truth has a way of finding the light. My son-in-law thought no one would see him hurt my daughter. Now the nation knows. And she is finally safe.